So I was asked to talk about the Lebanese venture capital and startup ecosystem in Lebanon. It's a very hot topic right now. So let's start comparing. The global VC scene in 2015 saw $128 billion in venture capital investments, of which 66% went into tech. So tech is the dominant form of investment for VC. And this was over 7,800 and something deals. In MENA, we are much smaller and it's still early days. So we saw about $222 million invested in 172 deals. Typically speaking, we start talking about a scene, an ecosystem for VC in MENA starting 2009, 2010. It's 5, 6 years old, 7 years old. It's still very new. Between 2010 and 2015, we went from having 13 funding entities to 97. 70%, so 70 of them, are in 5 countries of interest: the UAE, KSA, Egypt, Lebanon, and Jordan. What kind of investments did we see in the past 2 years? 2013 to 2015. $750 million were invested. In the UAE has the lion's share of investments. It has 137 deals. Jordan 74, Lebanon 65, Egypt 63, and KSA 59. If you look at the other countries, Morocco, Tunisia, all of these, it's in the 20s, the number of deals. In 2015, Lebanon jumped up quite a bit. We used to be in the 5th place in the number of deals, and in 2015 we went 2nd place. So UAE did 55 deals. These are investments in startups, obviously. Lebanon had 34. In investment value, the UAE is by far the biggest, 139 million, and Lebanon is in the 2nd place at 31 million. What happened was BDL 331. So the Central Bank of Lebanon created a very, very interesting initiative, whereby in 2013 it said, I as a central bank, I want to act as a regulator and I want to encourage the knowledge economy in Lebanon. It created that framework called the Circular 331 that allows banks, commercial banks, all of the ones that you know here, to invest in startups. As you know, banks are very conservative by nature, especially in Lebanon. Banks would never ever normally invest in a startup or in a fund of startups because startups are very high risk, as we saw earlier. 1 in 10 only will succeed. The way it did it is that it created a very elaborate mechanism whereby any investment that a bank, a commercial bank, makes into a startup or a fund of startups is guaranteed at 75%. The central bank said any Lebanese commercial bank, any Lebanese bank, can invest up to 3% of its capital, not the depositor's money, its own capital, 3% in funds or in startups, or anything related to the knowledge economy. If you do the math, in 2013 that was about $400 million. This is huge. And this started in 2013, and the fruits of it are starting to show in 2000 now, and the last year, which is why things have jumped so high in 2015. Venture capital funds were created in 2014, it takes some time, and they started making investments, which is why you saw the uptick in the number of deals and the number of investments that has happened. This is a direct relation to the central bank initiative. Before 2013, even though we were operating in an environment of scarcity in terms of funding in Lebanon, I've been in it since 2009, so I've been through it, all of it. The ecosystem in Lebanon was actually becoming quite decent. Come 2013, when the central bank initiative happened, we were ready as an ecosystem, and we started talking the talk and doing walking the walk and saying, well, what are the gaps, and let's build them. And I think, and I'm really actually proud of that as Lebanese, that we actually collaborate quite well now. So when the central bank initiative came and opened the floodgates of money, we were ready for it. Now the central bank went one step further and said, okay, I've become aware of this ecosystem and I've been talking to all of the stakeholders, and I know that there are gaps, and that some of the gaps need to be filled, and these are programs that don't necessarily generate any return. Most likely will lose money. So as a central bank, I commit that if somebody comes with a program that is a support that is able to provide, to help the ecosystem and to boost it, we will guarantee at 100% that investment. In parallel, matching funds have started appearing. So ISME is a program by Kafalat. Kafalat is a Lebanese entity, a public-private one that offers soft loans. What it did is it got $40 million from the World Bank to act as a matching investor. So So if my fund invests $300,000 and I'm an accredited investor in the eyes of ISME, ISME will match that $300,000 with its own $300,000. So companies now can raise more money. Similarly, IM Capital Insure and Match is a program between Veritech and USAID, whereby they also, if I invest $300,000 as an accredited investor, they can match that amount. So that is the ecosystem that we're in. It's actually a healthy, growing one with awareness of how to work and awareness of the need to connect it to the rest of the world. Yes, okay, this is amazing. But a common question when people say, okay, well, there's $300 million available to invest in startups. Where are the startups? I believe that the deal flow and the number of startups is increasing organically in Lebanon. Moreover, there are cases of companies coming into Lebanon and setting up in Lebanon. There are cases where, despite, for all the Lebanese, despite it feeling really weird, why would anyone move from Dubai to Lebanon? Why would anyone move from London to Lebanon? There are cases where it makes a ton of sense. If you're Lebanese and you're in Dubai, your cost structure is much higher. It's much more expensive to hire people or to pay the salaries, and Lebanon is half the price, even with the daman, which is like a 20% social insurance. It's more expensive. These companies would never have moved to Lebanon had there not been so much availability of money. That being said, the country, of course, has a lot of problems. Security problems, electricity, we all know these problems. So if you're an entrepreneur, good entrepreneurs think globally and do a pros and cons analysis. Should I set up in Dubai versus Lebanon? What are the pros and cons? Dubai, more established, more secure, better business development. Lebanon, cheaper, there's lots of money with investors that seem to know what they're doing. And so on. Same thing for London versus Lebanon. There are some cases where you set up your company in Lebanon with the back end being there, the technology and the design and so on, and the business development sets up in Dubai. So there are hybrid cases like this. All of these can benefit from TT1. That being said, the negativity affects us. It's one of the negative elements, and people think about these things, and this affects the amount of deals and the deal flow and the startups that will come or that will start in Lebanon. Despite all of that, I call it the bubble of positivity. There's a bubble of positivity, not a bubble that will pop, like a shielded environment. That ecosystem is growing, there's more money and more startup and more expertise happening, we're connecting with the rest of the world. The numbers have shown that we are playing a key role in the region despite all of those problems. And somehow, because it's all digital and online, it's shielded from all of the negativity and the infrastructure problems. You know, we have internet, it's not amazing, but it's there. We have generators for electricity. We have some brain drain, but we're bringing some people back and we're training people locally. So, we're Lebanese, we'll figure it out. Looking forward, so this is a bit technical, but the funds that we have currently, the latest stage fund is Leap Ventures, a very good fund that invests up to $10 million. A startup, which is a Series B. But typically startups don't exit before their Series C or D. And typically they need to raise 20, 30, $40 million. There are no funds that can invest 20, 30, $40 million in Lebanon. So what's going to happen? It's going to happen in 3 years from now, because the money is now starting to go into early stage companies, and these need time to grow. What's going to happen? The Series C gap, is it going to be an issue? Will early stage PE funds invest? Will there be a consortium of funds that will follow on invest? Will they move out of Lebanon? Will the central bank allow us to do that? There are points to that. Everyone's open-minded. Even the central bank is aware of that problem. So it's an ongoing talk, but it's a talk we will have in 2-3 years' time. We need more exits. All of this is very nice, but if those companies, a few of them, or a good number of them, don't exit, don't sell and make money, nobody makes money, and then all of this will fall apart. And a general question, because I'm not an expert, I know that VC, as I've explained, is a very narrow business model, a very narrow field. Only 1% of companies will succeed. We only invest in very high growth companies that can hit $100 million in valuation. This doesn't fit the SMEs, and so on and so forth. Are there other models that work for the knowledge economy and the knowledge sector in Lebanon that can create job growth? It's an open question. I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But I'm aware that VC is only one type of investment. Hopefully, VC now and that sector is growing, the tech startup, because it was a low-hanging fruit in the sense that tech startups are very popular and don't need a lot of money to start. Hopefully, the success of that will spur the creation of other ecosystems that target other types of companies and other types of entrepreneurship, and hopefully help in job creation and economic development in Lebanon. And I think on that note, oh yeah, we're a $50 million fund called BNY Venture Partners. We go live in a few weeks' time. We're a pre-seed stage, so pre-Series A. We invest $100,000 to $1 million. We have a global mandate, so we can invest in Lebanon and we can invest globally. And we've invested already in 10 local and international amazing startups. That's just me talking about what I do. And now, that's it. Thank you very much.